Hi, I'm Mike Bosick. Welcome to Sierra Shorts, the show that rides up on you. After robbing a grocery store, a fleeing robber tried to change his shirt so he wouldn't match any descriptions. Trouble is, he forgot to put the gun down and shot himself in the leg. He was found passed out from the pain in the back seat of his car. Well, it appears that we're out of beer. Sorry. There's still people waiting in line. There have been people waiting in line all day to get into the Artist Loft open house at 17 North Virginia Street. Hi, what's your name?
Roxanne Jatomer.
And where are you from?
I'm from New York.
Now, this is a found object you have here, this sculpture, yes?
Yeah, I got all these things at that lovely store, Home Depot. And just twisted it together, and it actually lights. If there was a place to plug it in, I'd show you. This is my friend Blair. I used to live in the car with Blair. And so we lived in the car together for a while, and we were like silly punk rock girls. And this is her.
Oh, it's performance art now. It's moving.
It is performance art.
It's moving.
She's graceful too.
You know, it looks better.
Straighter.
Well, you know, I read that the Nazis in World War II, to see if somebody was an American or not, would actually put them in a room with crooked pictures, and an American would like always straighten them, whereas a French person wouldn't, or, you know.
Really?
Yeah, a Russian wouldn't, you know.
Those people have to be straight.
See, and I've got a little Ukrainian in me, so I can just leave
that. Moving with the ease of privilege, he removes his jaunty Stetson and places it over, but not in, a beer puddle on the bar. A couple liters of desperate, unhappy women survive a simultaneous fit of involuntary nostril flaring. Back to the man. Exposing the bulge shaped by the cut of his pants, he makes a lopsided L with his left leg, swings it up and over whoosh, and makes a lasting impression on what has now become his personal bar stool. A six-pack of vapid, needy women throb in every direction. Back to the man. Ordering a long, strong finger of 19th century tequila, he throws down much more money than any man should have a right to without feeling eyes in his back, and pays the bartender, Cliff. Hi, Cliff, how goes it? Goes fine. How's it shake and shake? How's the action? Plenty of it. A single pockmarked, potholed regular plans her unsubtle attack.
Delivered the message. Now what?
Now let's check the second message.
Ready?
Mum, the doctor's deodorant discovery now contains M3. Got that? M3 to stop odor 24 hours a day. Remember now.
I know. For security reasons, Mum's the word. New Mum cream deodorant now with M3. Got the message?
Win this valuable prize from Sierra Shorts, a classic Paisley Brain Cell CD or cassette. Click on our website, www.sierrashorts.com, on the World Wide Web. That's www.sierrashorts.com, the site that rides up on you.
Good evening, I'm Dr. Sigmund Void. Welcome to another edition of Psychology Corner, where we do role-playing with couples. Sir, how's the marriage going this week?
Yeah, about the same as always.
And ma'am, how is it for you?
I just don't know. I don't know where to turn anymore. You don't seem to be helping either.
Yeah, how's your home life doing, Doc?
We're not here to discuss me. We're here to discuss you. That's irrelevant.
Yeah, you must be doing pretty good if you're spending your time hanging around with bakery goods.
For the kind of dough we're putting out, you better be coming up with some answers.
Yeah.
Well, I do have some answers for you. I've consulted a number of my colleagues, and they have suggested that this may not be the best route for you, that perhaps there are other methods to improve your relationship. How does that make you feel?
Oh, now, you see that? Now, after all these sessions, he says maybe this isn't the best route.
Yeah, if we could have just slapped a little marmalade on ourselves and slid around at the first place, we wouldn't have needed this bozo.
Yeah. Well, hey, baby, that sounds pretty good.
Well, sir, my colleagues have suggested plastic surgery and reconstructive surgery might improve your sex life. So what I'd like to suggest is that you do get some hair on you. Now, ma'am, does that turn you on at all?
You know, it kind of does.
Hey.
And we even do a little streak in there.
Ooh.
That's looking good.
Right.
You could use some yourself.
Oh, she's blonde again, just like the old days.
You look younger than you've looked in years, babe.
Hey, well, what do you say we go,
Let's go sit down at the park.
Yeah, let's get a six-pack and,
You see, there is a solution.
Football.
There is a solution, and my bill will prove it. We have to wrap up for this edition of Psychology Corner. I'm Dr. Sigmund Void. Thank you for joining us.
So we're here with Friends of the Frontier. Now, what's your name?
My name's Chucker.
And your name?
White Bear.
And where are you from?
I'm from Reno.
From Reno?
Also from Reno.
Tell us a little bit about it, how you got into it, and where you think it's going.
Okay, well, it started out with just a fascination with the firearms, and then from there I just wanted to find out about some of the history of the guns, and one thing just led to another. We started finding out about how the people lived, some of the men that were in the frontier days back then, and then later on I was just finding out that schools weren't teaching what we knew. It was a big part of our history that was missing. So we decided to get together and form up this organization and just to go to different schools and to teach them how it really was back then.
And how did you get started?
Same thing, just had a natch for living history and love history. I read a lot and just coming out here and doing it more on hands-on and showing the crowd some of the history that's not spoken of.
Right. Could you tell us a little bit about your weapon here?
Well, yeah, this is a 1775 Charleville. This is a military musket. This was actually brought out by General Lafayette to General Washington. He brought approximately 1,200 of these firearms to Washington. It actually helped us win the American Revolution. This particular firearm is also one of the most influential military firearms. That's because after this firearm came to this country, all military firearms were patterned after this gun, all the way up to and including the Civil War.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot, guys.
Here's a story from Nashville. Police are looking for a guy who successfully held up a bank using a hot dog as a weapon. No doubt, the charge will be assault with a deadly wiener.
Amarillo, Texas. Police found 14,000 grand on a man they suspected of smoking marijuana, including more than 8 grand hidden in his butt. I love the clarification from the cop, he said. That's 80 $100 bills. I guess the hiding place wasn't all it was cracked up to be.
A Reno man on vacation in England was standing on a cliff overlooking the ocean when a 64-year-old hermit walked up to him and asked him why he was standing on the edge of a cliff. The man replied that he intended to leap. After a short silence, the hermit said, "I'll show you how it's done," and jumped to his death. The other man fainted.
Shut up.
Shut up. Joke mo man, matatawalan ng tao.
Hey, I'm on TV.
شهر وشهرين شايل عنك هاليومين حسي وردة من عين وردي من عين داري عالغالي عالغالي نادي قلبي شعلاني نادي في عيون منك وبعد عيوني طبالي.
Service that is tops and gas that's extra fine. There's a smile for every mile at the SO sign. E-S-S-O makes your car go. Happy motoring.
My name is Sharon Carr. I'm with Car Docs Dachshunds out of California.
Now, what provoked you to get into dachshunds.
We live out in the country, and we have a lot of ability for field out there. And I've always liked the dachshund. They're a low-station dog, and they have that big dog, robust bark in a very small animal. So they're great for apartments or...
So a good economy dog.
Yeah.
What were they originally bred for?
Dachshunds were originally bred to hunt badger, woodchuck, that type, to go underground, do the underground work.
Right.
And then we brought them into the field, and the rabbit and the different coat varieties were developed for that.
Now, I notice you have some short-haired ones here that you're entering. Now, the reason you're entering the short hair as opposed to long hair is because of the wind resistance factor?
No, I'm basically a smooth breeder. But
Wait, no, say no more on that one. I'm not touching that line. Tammy, where are you from?
I'm from Medford, Oregon.
All the way from Medford. Now, what is the name of your dog here?
Her name is Dual Champion Stardox Ashley.
Now, how did she qualify to become a racing dachshund? I mean, there's millions of dachshunds out there. What makes yours so special?
Well, we've just raced at shows. We've just done it for exhibition, and she's just a real natural. She's really fast, and she just loves it. So I had to come and let her have a good time.
We wish Ashley all the luck in the world.
Good girl.
Interviewed you before, now you won. How does it feel to be a winner?
Oh, pretty cool.
And you're going to give her the free McDonald's hamburger?
Yeah, we got a free McDonald's hamburgers.
Sure, 2.
2 free burgers for
2
Ashley.
McCool. She did a good job. I think this is just great.
You said it's McCool?
McCool.
McCool, all right.
Here's Tony going to his Cub Scout meeting. Tony knows the bomb can explode any time of the year, day or night. Duck and cover. Duck and cover. Duck and cover.
He did what we all must learn to do. You and you and you and you. Duck and cover.
That's a lame story, isn't it?
It's only funny to me.
My life was the emerald cut. Endless wealth, possessions and property, never-ending social functions with the most refined people. My scalp was sore from wearing tiaras dripping in jewels. My home and my clothes constantly filled with fragrance. Then, of course, I'm nagged by some duke to go and float on the serenity of the Aegean Sea. Then the phone rings, I answer, they hang up. And I realize it's all just a stinking silly dream. And the only blazing star in my flat, lifeless, cholesterol-filled life is the chance that I might be called amongst 7 trillion other people for the Publishers Clearing House. Sweepstakes. And the duke that was nagging at me was actually the cat that I live with, rubbing on my leg like a big bug with hair. He stares at me with his big Jimmy Durante nose and says, "Don't you have anything else to offer but that 3 for 89 cents cans of crap that you buy at Sack and Save? Maybe something a little more exotic like those tiny little cans of Le Menu."
Don't you like the cereal? Oh, yeah. But it's a little mushy. It's not crisp like the kind my breakfast pals serve Dad and me at home. Your breakfast pals? Sure, they come every morning as soon as I whistle. What? I'm Snap. I'm Crackle. I'm Pop. At the service, Bobby.
Oh, yeah? Hey, gang. These guys is muscling in. Let's get him. Come on, Mushy.
Hey, let's go, Subby. Bobby, these Rice Krispies are swell. Look, they float. Sure, and it's so crisp, it's noisy. Hear it? Crisp to the last spoonful.
How you doing there, buddy? Old Sheila, she's been sick today, so she called me in to take her place. And right now I'm going to take a few calls right here and take a few psychic readings, baby, because I am your hunk-of-burning low psychic guy, baby. Well, I'm getting a call right now. Let me just, hello, caller. I'm here, baby.
Hi, my name's Sugar,
Hey,
and
Sugar.
I think my boyfriend's cheating on me, but I'm not sure. Can you tell me?
I don't know if I can tell you, baby, but tell you what, why don't you punch in your address, and I'll be over there ready to take care of business, baby.
Oh, I think you're so hot.
That's right,
Ooh,
baby.
thank you.
You're welcome, baby. That's right. Keep those calls coming in here because I've got a vibe right now. I see somebody's got trouble out there. I got another call. Let me just see what's going on here. Hello, honey. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, I'm from Jersey, you know, and like I got to place a football bet, like, you know, and how do you think the Giants are going to do this year?
I don't know, babe, but how much do you weigh? Maybe you can play for them, honey.
Well, I weigh about 320, and I used to be a linebacker.
Well, tell you what, honey, you probably make more money doing whatever that is as opposed to what you're doing. Anyway, honey, I've run out of time here. Oh, she'll be back next week. Thank you very much, creator. What a great crowd. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name's Bonnie Goldie.
And what do you do in the art
Well,
field?
I'm a painter and I'm a singer-songwriter. And one of my paintings is right up here. It's called That Lucky Old Moon.
And why is that moon so lucky?
It's living at the Riverside Artist Lofts.
I see. How long have you been painting?
I've been painting for about 10 years, professionally.
What is the source of your inspiration?
Well, nature, I think. Sun, moon, trees. I paint very bright colors and sort of impressionistic, abstract, expressionist. They tell me that's what I paint. And they're wild colors and sort of everywhere.
Great, thanks so much. So, what is your name?
Susie Rao,
Rao, and where are you from?
Dallas, Texas.
And what brought you to Reno?
I did 3 shows here last summer, and I heard about the lofts, and the timing was just right. So I applied and went through the whole process and was approved.
And how long have you been painting?
All my life.
So you've been a professional artist for how many years, would you say? All my life. Great. Okay, where could a person view or purchase your work?
Well, at North Tahoe Art Center in Tahoe City right
Great.
now for about a month.
Well, thank you very much for the interview.
Thank you.
One moment, please.
Only the good-looking people get to wipe their noses on the food. This here's a class joint, don't you forget it, where people of honor are seated and fed with respect and gracefulness. You can smoke here. And the essence of what we are is not hidden behind greasy, dark brown, padded cell kitchen window doors, but is displayed out front in the open for the review of our favorite regulars from the Board of Health. They have their own table. At my place, hey, it's our place. Only the good-looking people get to wipe their noses on the food.
Look sharp, feel sharp,
Be sharp and listen, mister. How are you fixed for blades? You do have plenty. How are you fixed for blades? You better check. Please make sure you have enough. Cause a worn out blade makes shaving mighty tough. How are you fixed for blades? Better look. Gillette blue blades, I mean.
Tutankhamun had a big ass. Scientists reckon the pharaoh Tutankhamun suffered from a rare inherited disease which gave him a huge ass. They now think he had a 31-inch chest, 29-inch waist, and 43-inch hips.
Switzerland. A school had to be closed after 2 goats invaded a classroom and mated in front of pupils. As the classroom erupted into catcalls and applause, an angry teacher came to cane the pupils into silence, resulting in a boycott.
Dateline, Omaha. A guy was asleep in a dumpster when a trash truck pulled up and dumped him and his trash mattress into the hopper. Several stops later, the driver heard someone calling for help from the back of the truck. By that time, he had turned on the truck's compactor 2 or 3 times. The guy was hospitalized with multiple fractures. He's pretty lucky, they said. Yep, homeless people sleeping in dumpsters, being crushed half to death. Really sounds lucky, doesn't it?
Buckskin Lin. And Lin, why do they call you Buckskin Lin?
Because I teach buckskinning. This is a deer hide, and when you work it and get it all done, it's tanned leather that they used to make their clothes out of, called buckskin clothing.
I see. So it comes from the buck, from the deer.
Well, deer, any kind of deer, any kind like that. The Indians used to use that for their clothes, and they call them buckskin. You know, that's the term.
The term.
It's their clothes.
Okay, so basically you took this.
This is
here.
the deer hide.
Okay, that's the hide of the deer, actually.
And it's cleaned off at the back, get all the stuff off. And then after many hours of scraping off the hair and getting it into a rawhide, then many more hours you get a cow brain. I use that, and you work it into the hide, and it becomes soft. And if it dries, you add a little water to it and work it until it's soft.
This is really soft here, and this is really hard here.
So it needs a lot of work.
How long did it take you to make that dress?
My Lord, about a month.
Wow.
That's a long, long, long time, and I've got a skirt and blouse and boots.
Wow. Wow, those boots are lovely.
Yeah, but it's.
And you did all the bead work too?
Yeah, I did all the bead work, and it's a skirt and a blouse.
Now tell us about this turtle shell here.
That's my purse. It's a false cover. It's a rain tan purse.
Did people use those back then?
Yeah, for covering, for decorations. They used what they had, and it's my purse.
Great.
And it's, you know, it's you do anything you want. You recycle them and put beads on them, or this is my working dress.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much.
You bet.
But they get the clothes and they stand by the side of a rock and they just smash the clothes on top of the rock. And it's my belief that when they do that, all the dirt, it shakes the dirt out. And it just goes onto the floor, and then they just wash it and rinse it a little bit. And they dry them out. Clothes dry very quick in India. It's a hard climate.
Are you saying that the Indian laundromats are much more exciting than the American variety?
Well, at the side of the river, it's exciting. The a lot of peculiar things happen there as well, and peculiar characters. What's known as fakers, F-A-K-I-R-S, they do all manner of peculiar things to earn alms for themselves. They go out begging. There are some fakers that they make a bed of nails. They get a carpenter to make a bed of nails, and they lie on this bed of nails for 2 or 3 hours or even days, and they just hold their hands out for passers-by. It's a profession in places like India.
What is one of the more peculiar things you've ever seen in an American laundromat?
A fellow taking his clothes off, took all his clothes off and put them in the laundry.
It's Movie Reviews with the Chroma Fish.
This week's review is on a video called Chocolate. It's a movie about a woman who completely disrupts a village by opening a chocolate shop. It takes place in 1959 France, but the only one in the movie with an accent is Johnny Depp, and his accent's Irish. Go figure. There's not a lot of water in this movie. There's a scene where a guy tries to swim in chocolate, and that's pretty good. And there's another scene when Juliette Binoche and Johnny Depp jump in a river and splash around, and that's pretty good. But for the most part, for my tastes, it's a little too dry. There's some pretty good music in this video, with a particularly nice rendition of Django Reinhardt's Swing Manure. Now, don't be put off by the name. It's not a song about manure, and in no way reflects on the quality of the movie overall. Still, a pretty unfortunate name. Now, I can't give this movie a thumbs up or a thumbs down, because I don't have any thumbs. But, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest, and 5 in the middle, I'd have to say that if you're a human, this movie is a solid 8. However, if you're a fish, I can only give this movie a 2 because of the lack of water. And there you have it. This has been Movie Reviews with the Chroma Fish.
It's Movie Reviews with the Chroma Fish.
You enjoy watching Sierra Shorts. You like the show very much. It has become your favorite program. You will tell your friends and family to watch the show. It makes you feel warm and comfortable all over. You want to watch Sierra Shorts again and again. If we had t-shirts, you would buy them. You have an uncontrollable urge to send us money. Now.
Thank you for joining us here at Sierra Shorts.